Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. My name is Hazeeq, and I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. If you haven't seen the previous update on Moonriver, feel free to check that out. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart, we obviously had a massive breakout here and absolutely insane pump from the bear market bottom here in October. We're up approximately 11x, and bear in mind, we were making videos all the way down here, and I was telling you guys that this was the time to be buying, and we were buying on Patreon. We were buying, up here at $5, $8, $7. I think my average buying price is around $7 or something. So we're up quite a bit on Moonriver. And a lot of people were thinking that this is going to zero. A lot of people were getting very bearish on Moonriver, but I knew this is a situation that we've seen many times in crypto. And I think this is only the beginning. So we had a falling wedge pattern here on the daily chart, a nice breakout. We also have a bigger falling wedge on the weekly. We're going to take a look at that a bit later. But the important thing to note here is that we're breaking above all of these important resistance trend lines. For example, this white trend line. Then we have this teal trend line that we broke out of. And we also have this fib retracement from the previous video where we had the swing high from February and the swing low from October. The 1.618 target at $24, that was met perfectly. And then we have our second fib level at $38, and we also have this major resistance level sitting at approximately $45. And I think on Binance, it did touch $45, but this was a level we had on the charts for a very long time. So if you were watching my videos back, in March, in October, in August last year, we were doing Moonriver, for a very long time. So you had your chance to buy in. And of course, now everyone wants to FOMO in. Everyone is wondering, where do you buy Moonriver? And we're going to take a look at some levels here, but I just want to use this as an example of, why you should be buying when it's boring, when nothing is happening. So this is an easy 11x. As you can see, this is an easy 11x. Of course, buying at the exact bottom is impossible. But if you're averaging in below $5, you're sitting at a very good position right now. And personally, I'm staking all of my Moonriver. I'm not going to be swing trading or taking any profits on this. This is a long-term hold for me, but if you are able to take some profits and, for example, you entered for a short-term trade like I did on for my friend, so we did get into Moonriver at around about $8 here, and we sold at 24, so that was a nice 3x. As you can see, 24, around 3x, and that's enough. We sold at the 1.618 roughly, and we got out. That was done, a 3x. And of course, the price went a bit higher, but that doesn't matter because we reached our technical target. So the 20 EMA on the daily is going to be a very important level for us to retest. Of course, if the markets take a dip, then Moonriver will be, coming back down, as will all the other altcoins. But what specific levels should you be looking at? So once again, the 20 EMA, then you have this local high from February 2023 at $11.80. That's going to be an important level for us to retest because that was our local high. So that's the resistance. You break above it, you come down, retest it as support, and you have another move to the upside. So if you, for example, sell over here and you wait for a bit of a retracement and you get in at the 1.618 at $24, that's a 33% swing trade. So you can buy cheaper or with a 33% discount. But again, that is risky because if we continue pumping here, we may not even come back down to $24. So this is something that you have to understand. We're getting closer and closer to the bull market with every week, and trust me, you don't want to be missing out on those gains. So save yourself the trouble and try to avoid swing trading unless you are 100% sure of what you're doing. And we also have a level here at $16.27. That's the 1.272. We also have this level over here at $20.80. But personally, I wouldn't be even buying here. I would wait for a deeper pullback. But one thing to notice is that this is a major level that we want to solidify above, because this is the August 2020 high. And I keep talking about this level on a lot of altcoin videos, because this is what sent us into this massive bear market. We had our capitulation in June 2022, a retracement, and this rejected us, and we went into an absolute disaster of a pullback or a dump. So holding above $20 is going to be massive for Moonriver. If we're able to do that, then the next leg up could take us approximately to $100, right? So this is something that you have to understand. So you're going to have to decide for yourself, where do you want to start entering? The market cap is, I think, around $400 million. And when we were down here, it was a low cap gem. It was below $100 million, I think. It was somewhere 50 million, maybe 40 million. I'm not even sure. I can't remember. But of course, after a parabolic move like this, everyone's talking about the project. And this is where you have to wait. Personally, if I didn't have any Moonriver, I would be waiting for the 20 EMA to be met at first. That would be my first target. I think we're going to be losing the 20 EMA, to be honest with you, because there will be a pullback, in my opinion, and a stronger pullback, not the kind of pullback that we saw with Bitcoin a week ago or 2 weeks ago. There's going to be a bit of a deeper pullback because Bitcoin is overextended, and that means altcoins will start dipping as well. And that's when you enter, but definitely not at the current prices. So between $15 to $10 is an okay entry. Below $10 is an absolute steal for Moonriver. If you happen to catch it below $10, feel free to start averaging in. The RSI on the daily is absolutely overextended, so this is another indicator telling us that this is not where you want to be entering. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly, we have a massive falling wedge pattern here, and the target obviously has been met at $11 and then some. And we even did a 3x or even a 4x after that target was met. But to put this into perspective, we did a 7x candle in just a week, a 7x candle, and look where we topped out. So this is 40, well, I think on Binance we literally hit 45 and something, but this block here was on my chart for a very, very long time. There's going to be a lot of resistance in this area. So we had this massive pump, that's all good. We're going to see a retracement from here, potentially hold the 55 EMA as support, and then have another bounce. Or worse, a less bullish scenario would be a retest of the 20 EMA on the weekly, and then a move to the upside. Both are very possible, and I personally would be entering off of both of these. Off of both of the retests, if you're going to be looking at the weekly chart, that's where you want to be buying. We also have this high here from August 2022 on the weekly. It's sitting at $18.52. And then we have this February 2023 high at $11.30. So all of these points are great entry zones. But then again, I don't know if we're going to be coming back down that low. Of course, we're very overextended, and it's logical to assume that we're going to be seeing some sort of a retracement. But you never know. You never know. If we continue pumping like this, the entire Polkadot ecosystem is pumping right now. Polkadex, Kusama, DOT is moving up a bit, GLMR, Polkastarter. So you know, the ecosystem is having a nice move to the upside, so I can't really say that we're definitely going to see a pullback in the near future, but it's more likely than not. So make sure you have your buy limit orders set up. For those of you who have been entering with me down here at these prices, congratulations to all of you. This is a little taste of the bull market. This is a little example of what the bull market is going to look like. We're going to have these massive candles. However, the difference between now and the bull market is that you need to be selling when you get to your targets. Now, we're going to be doing an exit strategy video for Moonriver on my Patreon, but we're going to start looking at some selling points, you know, between $100 to $200 to take some profit, because, you know, expecting us to retrace back to the all-time high just because that's the all-time high is a foolish thing to do. But we have to adapt, because if Polkadot 2.0 becomes a success, then there's going to be a lot of demand for Moonriver, for GLMR, and for Polkadot, and that is definitely going to you know, bring us potentially even higher prices. But we don't want to get too bullish too soon. We want to have conservative targets, realistic targets, and I think between $200 to $100, that's as realistic as it gets. So once again, congrats to everyone holding and staking. Stay strong, diamond hands, but make sure to set up targets for the bull market. And for those of you who still don't have any Moonriver, for some reason you haven't bought during this entire time down here, this entire zone is a perfect area to accumulate. If you didn't do that, just wait for a retracement, wait for the EMAs to be met, and you know, that'll be your entry price. Do I think it's going to go down back to $4? No. I don't think it's going to do that, especially if we solidify above $18. I think that's going to be our confirmation that the bear market bottom has been printed. And at that point, I would just either enter or look for a different altcoin that still hasn't pumped. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what is your average entry price in Moonriver, and let me know what are your targets during the bull market. Stay safe and have a great day.